In the news headline, Senate screened 43 out of 48 ministerial nominees for the fifth non-consecutive days. Atiku, PDP governors, party leaders met first time since general elections. From the foreign scene, Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan sentenced to 3 years in prison. Hello, listeners. Today is Saturday, 18th Muharram 1445 after Hijrah of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, which is equivalent to 5th August 2023. I am Salma Adam Iko with the news in details. The Senate resumed the screening of President Bola Tinubu's 48 ministerial nominees for the fifth non-consecutive days. The Red Chamber had previously screened some nominees for the confirmation on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. For today's screening, Lola Adijon, an information technology expert from Lagos State, was the first nominee that appeared before the Red Chamber. She spoke on how to leverage IT for Nigeria's development. After her, Bosun Tijani from Ogun State took the podium. Tijani, also an IT expert, was quizzed over his non-patriotic tweet against Nigeria 4 years ago, and he apologized to the Senate and was asked to take a bow. Ishaq Salako, another nominee from Ogun State, subsequently took to the podium after Tijani's grueling session with the lawmakers. Others suspected to be screened today are Festus Keyamo, Tahir Mamman, Maigari Ahmadu, and Maria Mahmoud Mairiga. Meanwhile, a former ministerial nominee, Mariam Shetty, popularly known as Mariam Shetty, has described the withdrawal of her appointment as the will of God. Sawaba Radio had earlier reported how President Bola Tinubu replaced her with Maria Mahmoud Mairiga, her classmate, yesterday. Dressed in a black flowing gown with a red headgear, Shetty had a sunshade on her purse. The former nominee had arrived at the National Assembly for what she thought was going to be her screening, accompanied by some associates. The dropped nominee drove into the National Assembly complex in a black SUV. In a video, the former nominee was seen posing for her photograph with some persons before being led away. In a statement earlier today, Shetty said she will not allow the incident stop her from believing in the country. She also expressed gratitude to Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima. President Bola Tinubu says a comprehensive forensic audit of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) is underway, while a thorough overhaul of the civil service payroll is imminent. The president disclosed this during an audience with the president of the World Bank, Aji Banga, yesterday at the presidential Villa Abuja, highlighting Nigerians' resilience and intellectual prowess. The president, in his speech, said the CBN will continue to strengthen its oversight of financial institutions and ensure accountability for corruption and corruption practices. He also expressed confidence that the CBN will continue to enhance oversight and ensure accountability for corruption practices. ground in the West Africa region. Members of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) Governors Forum, the party National Working Committee, and its flag bearer for the 2023 poll, Atiku Abubakar, has today met at the Bauchi State Governors Lodge in Abuja for a holders meeting. PDP's acting national chairman Umaru Damagum, the chairman of the party's board of trustees, Adolphus Wabara, as well as other party stakeholders were present in the meeting. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki and his Bauchi counterpart Bala Muhammad were at the meeting. The agenda of the meeting was not made known to journalists. However, this is the first time since after the general elections that Atiku will be meeting with the PDP governors and other party stalwart. The PDP and its presidential candidate are currently in court to challenge the victory of President Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress (APC), a case that the Presidential Election Petition Court has reserved judgment. The news is coming to you from studio of Sawaba Radio. More of the news after a short break. Please stay. Welcome back. This is 7 News at noon, coming to you from studio of Sawaba Radio 104.9 Hadija. The Jigawa State Higher Court sitting has stopped the Jigawa State Independent Electoral Commission (JISEC) from conducting a by-election for a councillor of Gwaram Ward in Gwaram local government area in the state. This was contained in an order for the interim injunctions from the court following the complaint filed by the People's Democratic Party (PDP), asking the court to bar the state electoral body on the alleged breaching some electoral law of the state and the country. According to the order paper obtained by the Online Tribune, in the state revealed that an order of the interim injunctions restraining the dependent from conducting by-election for councillorship of Gwaram Ward, Gwaram local government, Jigawa State, later to take place on 5th of August 2023. Pending the hearing and determination of motion on notice dated 2nd day of August 2023, already filed before Honorable of the Court. Before this Honorable Court is hereby granted. The Katsina State Police Command says it has rescued 2 kidnapped students at the Federal University Dutsamma, Pudma, Katsina State, and one other victim from their captors. A statement issued by the command spokesman ASP Abubakar Sadiq Aliyu said the command rescued the student Ibrahim Abdul Wahid and Abdul Rahman Abdul Wasiu yesterday. The police said one Malam Dauda Magini, age 55, of Bayer Radio Quarters, Dutsamma local government area of Katsina State, was also rescued alongside the student. Its father stated that the rescue team combed through the bush, successfully located the kidnapped victims and rescued them unhurt, adding that the victims were immediately rushed to the hospital for medical attention. Police have arrested Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan in eastern city of Lahore after a court sentenced him to 3 years in prison for illegally selling state gifts. The 70-year-old cricketer turned politician was accused of misusing his premiership from 2018 to 2022 to buy and sell gifts in the state position that were received during visit abroad and worth more than 140 million Pakistan rupees. Khan's lawyer Intizar Panjosa said police arrested Khan at his residence in Lahore. Pakistani media described police surrounding his home after the verdict was released. In a video recorded before his arrest and posted on social media platform formerly known as Twitter, Khan called on his supporters to take to the streets in protest. Saudi Arabia has kicked off a weekend summit in Jeddah in which senator officials from some 40 countries, but not Russia, will aim to draft key principles on how to end Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Friday welcomed the wide range of the countries represented in the talks that began on Saturday, including developing countries hit hard by surge input prices triggered by the war. Russia last month halted its participation in the United Nations brokered grain deal that enables the shipment of Ukrainian produce through the Black Sea to part of the world struggling with hunger. Zelensky said he hopes the initiative will lead to a peace summit of the world leaders this autumn to endorse the principles which he believed should be based on Kyiv's 10-point formula for settlement. Ukraine's formula includes respect for its territorial integrity and the withdrawal of Russian troops from territories that Moscow claims to have annexed. The forum excludes Russia, which has rejected Ukraine's peace formula. The Kremlin said it will keep an eye on the meeting. Niger's coup generals have asked for help from Russian mercenary group Wagner as the deadline nears for it to release the country's removed president or face possible military intervention by West African Regional Bloc ECOWAS. The request came during a visit by a co-leader, General Salifou Modi, to neighboring Mali, where he made contact with someone from Wagner, Wassim Nasser, a journalist and a senior research fellow at the Soufan Center. 3 Malian sources and a French diplomat confirmed the meeting, first reported by France 24. Niger's military government faces a Sunday deadline set by ECOWAS to release and reinstate the democratically elected President Mohamed Bazoum, who has described himself as a hostage. Defense chiefs from ECOWAS members finalized an intervention plan yesterday and urged militaries to free fair resources after a mediation team sent to Niger on Thursday was not allowed to enter or meet with military government leader General Abdurrahmani Chiani. And we wrap up the news with this and a recap of the major stories. From the news, Senate screened 43 out of 48 ministerial nominees for the 5th non-consecutive days. Atiku, PDP governors and party leaders met first time since general elections. Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan sentenced to 3 years in prison. On behalf of the news department and the news editor Lukman Dahiru, Umar Muhammad is our online editor. Our continuity announcer Baba Babariki Kotes, I am Umusama Adamu Iko. Have a great night.